Welcome back. As you can hear, I have an empty house, so I can use volume again. I don't have to whisper, and I can actually say, Raleigh fingers your sister. I can say the team name. I don't have to be embarrassed with the people around me, so that's a very weird plus. Anyway, what are we talking about this week? We got a lot of things quick. Summer's busy. I am going to try to get these podcasts done. I'm not promising any more for the month of July, but I'm going to try. This week, we got a quick recap of Week 13 action. I'm going to update everybody on the everyone versus everyone standings. A little bit of changes there. I also have a couple interesting things. I set up, well, I'll get to that. I'm going to show you a different fantasy league that I set up. It's not that neat, but it's kind of fun, and maybe next year we can incorporate it somehow. I don't know. Also, I went back, I looked at the draft and the keepers, and I have a couple interesting little tidbits on which teams have, I don't know if it's done best with the draft, but who's been holding on to the most draft picks, who's dropped the most draft picks, keepers, that kind of stuff. I got some top players in the month. So in the month of June, which of the players on our teams and which teams had the most of these top players for the month. And then we're going to go straight into the power rankings. I'm going to try to go through it fast. Some of the slides I'm not going to talk about, but you can pause it or do whatever you do, and you can take a look at the information. Hopefully the resolution's okay. With that, let's go straight into Week 13. Do we have a sponsor, guys? You're checking. You don't know. Okay, I'm going to start outsourcing. Don't need this on the podcast, right? I'm going to talk to you guys. Stick around because I'm going to talk to you guys after the record. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go straight into the Week 13 results. I might not even have to set the stage. We'll see. Let's just go straight to the clips, game by game. Oh, wait. Couple things. First, USA. Not wearing anything specific, no specific Cardinal shirt, but 4th of July, I figured, USA, America's team. We'll just go with it that. But anyway, happy 4th of July to everybody. Also, there was a big happening this week. Hit pitches, don't hit bitches. Hit pitches, get bitches. This. All right, so clearly, if there's any takeaway from that video, it's that we need to have more Gal Gadot on the show. And if you're basically saying he doesn't know how to pronounce her name, I went and I watched like half a dozen videos on how to pronounce her name, and including herself teaching me how to pronounce her name. So I think I got it right. Gal Gadot. Whatever. But the takeaway is we need more of her on this podcast. That is clearly the case. So anyway, I am told that I need to give a little bit of a explanation for some of these videos for the Week 13. Let's just get straight to it. This first one should speak for itself. Big trade that's happened over the past week or two. I'm not exactly sure when it happened. Shohei Ohtani switches teams, and this was Week 13 results when Duff's Deadbirds, with a new name now. I guess that was part of the contractual negotiation for Shohei to join his team. Anyway, this.
Wow.
Yeah, this one doesn't require any explanation. It is what it is, and blah, blah, blah. Breaking Brad. Okay, on this one, again, shouldn't need much of an explanation. Coming into the week, Arizona Diablos Blancos had sat at the top of the power rankings. It bounced down to number 2, technicality. It's a tie, basically. But anyway, came into the week with an 8-game winning streak, playing Juneau Eskimos. And if you remember, Juneau Eskimos at the beginning of the season, I had said garbage team. I didn't really say garbage team, but whatever. I apologize for that. I apologize for that every week, it seems, and I apologize again this week. But they took that 8-game winning streak to what anybody would have considered a lesser team. Juneau Eskimos has never been in the top 5 of the power rankings. Their everyone versus everyone isn't particularly stellar. They're not as bad as I said at the beginning of the season, but they're, let's just say, Arizona Diablos Blancos got caught with a look-ahead game. I think they were looking ahead to next week. I don't even know who they play next week, but chances are it was a more difficult battle. So here you go.
Well, guess what? Now this is happening.
Excuse me. Excuse me. What are you doing?
That's how I roll.
All right, this one, it's a bit uncomfortable to talk about. ALD3 Sour Grapes had some bad weeks there. The folks about, let's see, 3 weeks ago maybe, had put ALD3 at the bottom of the power rankings. Kind of an embarrassing spot to be. Your peer group is Team J to the P and Team J to the P. I'm just going through the different weeks of power rankings. Team J to the P. Oh yeah, and then Raleigh Fingers and Sister. So those are your peers if you wind up in that last spot. And Sour Grapes did. I mentioned that, and now Sour Grapes is riding a 6-game win streak. No idea. Anyway, he played Bat Flippin' Boys, and this is the result.
You want to punch me right now, but you won't. You want to punch me too, Brennan? You guys both look like you might want to hit me in the face. You do, I can tell. Well, why don't you do it? Why don't you punch me in the face? Punch me in the fucking face! Oh, 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 oh shit! Oh, my shoulder! Awesome! Mom! Mom! Hey.
Okay, next, we kind of touched on this already. Hit Pitches, Get Bitches played Team TNT, and let's just say Hit Pitches, Get Bitches did not get caught in a look-ahead game. They won. All right, we got a few more. These two I'm just going to let stand on their own. We have a winner in Matt's Marauders and a winner with Krusty Brand Baseball. So take it away, guys.
Tick, tick, boom. We're bringing the noise. Go, baby, we bringing our toys.
Welcome to the fucking show.
All right, so there was one other game, and that was Raleigh Fingers, your sister, getting beaten up pretty badly by Red Wine Redbirds. And I don't have an update on the game. It was just too boring of a game in the blackout. It got blacked out where I am, so I don't really know what happened. But there is a couple things. One, we've got 2 impressive streaks that are coming out of that game. Let's see. Raleigh Fingers, your sister, now has a 6-game losing streak.
We're going streaky! Yeah! No, I'm sorry. Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
It is tied for the longest losing streak with Team TNT. And I'm looking here at my notes, and Red Wine Redbirds has a pretty decent win streak as well. But let's just see how that's going.
More do you want from me?
More.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
What the is he talking about?
I mean, I'm not going to say anything. Kobe said it best. You want respect on this podcast, Red Wine Redbirds? You listen to Kobe. You do what he says. You do that, you come back here maybe next week, maybe the week after that, however long it takes you. You just don't quit. You just keep working at it, do the thing he talks about, beast and stuff, and we'll see if respect follows. Anyway, that's it. I'm not talking about it again. Now we move on to the everyone versus everyone standings. And if you remember, this is the standings as if every team played every other team every week. So basically every team, 16 teams in the league, would have 15 games each week. They'd play every other team. So here you go. This is, we had a little bit of changes there. You can see over there, change week 12. I put it in there. You can see where the changes were from last week. Arizona Diablos Blancos, you didn't have a good week, and you fell a spot. You fell out of that top 3, and you let hit pitches get pitches in there. It's not a good look. I don't know if the power rankings folks saw that. I know they're out in Topeka, and things travel real slow out there in that part of the country, but we'll have to find out. Anyway, we got some churning down there in the bottom third or so. Brick City Mules is showing some improvement here as the season goes on. I got some old names in there. Forgive me. I did not update them. We still got Fear Boners and Duff's Dead Birds, but you guys change names all the time, so whatever. Anyway, there you go. Take a look. You can take a look at all that. On the right-hand side is the actual record, the standings for the league, the official standings over there on the right-hand side. So you can see the difference between the everyone plays everyone and the regular league. So with that, let's take that and let's go into a playoff update. So again, if the season ended today, who would be in the playoffs? Let's take a look at it in a little bit different way. Roll the clip.
After this season, you'll be sent back to the minors or given your outright release.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
All right. Folks got to step it up if they're going to make the playoffs. Right now, top 10 teams, I think the last team qualifying right now is Bat Flippin' Boys. Good job, Juneau Eskimos, for sneaking in there. Okay, now another type of analysis here, kind of interesting. Went in and I looked at all of the draft picks and also subdivided that into keepers and non-keepers. And what you see here is you're going to have to go through it on your own. It's going to take me too long to kind of go explain it. You don't really want me to do that. But basically what it's doing is, and this is through week 12. I didn't include it last week, ran out of time, so I'm including it this week. I don't know what y'all did in week 13, but this is through week 12. You'll see over there in the first column, for each team, the number of players that you had drafted that you have subsequently dropped. So we drafted 30 players. Some of those were keepers, but of those 30, this is how many you dropped from your original draft. Now, I know some of those drafted are like $1, $2 players, kind of garbage pickups at the very end of the draft, and they probably shouldn't really count towards that. If you go over there in the middle, you'll see does not include keepers, $1 to $2, low round, taken. Got some spelling mistakes in there. Good job, guys. Great editing, by the way. Yeah, I know you're an unpaid intern, but still, whatever. Anyway, in the middle there, you'll see that the $1 to $2 and low round taken, low round dropped. So for each team, that's the number of sort of $1 and $2 players that they took in the draft, not including keepers. Those garbage pickups that you're just sort of hoping for. And that's the number that you took, and then next to it is the number you have subsequently dropped from that. So you get a little bit of idea of the garbage picks versus the good picks. Number of keepers dropped. We see there Matt's Marauders have dropped a few. I saw a couple. Hit pitches get pitches have dropped a few. Bat Flippin' Boys, whatever. You can go through the numbers. The highest dollar amount dropped. You go through there, go down to look at Raleigh Fingers Your Sister, and $76. Almost 20% of his draft total, he has dropped off of his roster. Now, it's not fair because that's Louis Garcia. That was the highest dollar value player that he's dropped. And if you look on the far right-hand side, you'll see highest. That is the highest dollar value draft pick that has been dropped this season so far. And then notables are just some players that I thought were worth mentioning. Usually some pretty good pickups or people we thought were going to be good or steaming piles of shit in that notables column. So anyway, something to play with, something kind of neat. I'm also going to put up just really quickly just a screenshot from the website, the league's website, of the top 10 players in each position. So it's going to be overall batters, overall starting pitchers, relief pitchers, catchers, first base, second. And I'm just going to like flash them up on the screen. You can pause the video if you really care. Pause it, take a look at it. It's mildly interesting, but on the back end of that, I got something else for you. Okay, now this, I might have switched these up, but anyway, so what this is doing is this is showing you of the top 10 players, or something like that, top 10, top 5 players in each position, which team has the most. And when I say top players, I'm really talking specifically about June, just the month of June. And I didn't look to see if you got all the points for the player, I just looked to see how many potential points that player has. So if you added them late in June, you're getting full credit for them. Whatever, you know. My interns are unpaid, I'm unpaid, our sponsors suck. It's not like money's flowing around here to pay for anybody to do this work. So anyway, here you look at this, and just for an example, let's take Arizona Diablos Blancos. They have 2 batters in the top 10 for the month of June. They have 1 relief pitcher in the top 10 for the month of June. No starting pitching was in the top 10. You get into the other position players there, only did top 5. Because there's 16 teams, having one of the top 10 is less impressive. Arizona Diablos Blancos has one of the top 5 first basemen, one of the top 5 third basemen, one of the top 5 shortstops, and then we get over to outfield, pushed it out to 10 players instead of 5 because we carry 3 outfielders. Anyway, you get the idea. You can take a look at that if it's interesting at all. Yeah. Breaking Brad's going to have some bragging rights here, but there's other teams. Anyway, so there's that. Now a word from our sponsor, and then we'll be right back for the Power Rankings.
I'm here to tell you about a revolutionary new product called Cumdon. What exactly is Cumdon? Well, Cumdon is an ancient Indian herbal and well-being tonic. Reformulated and tested for safety by NASA astronauts, I think it's safe to say there's never been a better time to get Cumdon. But don't take my word for it.
Getting Cumdon makes you smarter. It makes you faster, it makes you lose weight, it makes you more aggressive. When I started getting Cumdon, I got a promotion right away. People knew there was something different about me. They're like, Matt, what's different about you? I'm like, well, I just got Cumdon.
It changed my life. Once I got Cumdon, I got not 1 boyfriend, like 6 boyfriends, because they knew how much I loved getting Cumdon. And the weird thing is, like, suddenly they started getting Cumdon.
You can get your friends Cumdon. You can get your wife Cumdon. You can get your kids Cumdon. You can get your grandma Cumdon. What are you waiting for? Get out and get Cumdon.
I first got Cumdon from my son, and then I went out and I got my wife Cumdon, and the results were just instantaneous. You could see it on her face.
You can get Cumdon at the corner store. You can get Cumdon at the pharmacy. You can get Cumdon on the internet. Just get out and get Cumdon.
I hope that you get Cumdon. I hope that everyone you love gets Cumdon. And I'm going to keep getting Cumdon for the rest of my life.
This product, it is just... That is the sweet, salty stench of happiness.
And during this limited time offer, the first 50 callers will get an amazing new product called Jizzed In. Call now, get Cumdon, get Jizzed In. What are you waiting for?
We got Cumdon and we love it!
Call now.
Guys, I think sometimes like no sponsor would be better than some of the sponsors you're bringing to the table. I don't even know what to say. You better get their check, because also, one other thing I want to say is I would easily be under the 20 minutes if it wasn't for these long commercials. I have no idea how much they paid for that spot, but to give anybody 2.5 minutes is ridiculous. And if you watch 2.5 minutes of that, you are a sick person. Anyway, power rankings. Let's get into this right away. I don't want to take much longer. We are into the communist kickball overtime that fear boners. Raleigh fingers your sister. What was your name in between the two? I can't remember now. Anyway, starting off at the bottom of the barrel. I'm not even going to go into it much. Team J to the P. Not going to say anything other than you just have my sympathies. Next year will be another year. All right, moving up to number 5. From number 5, it used to feel like number 5 was this glorious moment where somebody had come up from the middle rankings and moved into that number 5 spot. Now I'm going to show this number 5, and you're going to see the claw marks in the wall just holding on. Number 5 is now, it has turned into a just holding on with the tips of your fingernails. And with that, we have hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons. Moving on to number 4, a big flop here. Big fall. Been falling 2 weeks in a row now. Had an ugly loss. Arizona Diablos Blancos. Don't make me look bad. Don't make me look bad. I've said good things about you all season. You lost to Chino Eskimos. Woo. Okay, number 3. This is just looking over here to see where they were last week. Bear with me. Oh well. Wait, nope, I got it over here. Yeah, they were in. Okay, they've been in the power rankings for a while now, and this is number 3. Hit pitches, get bitches. Probably deserving of a higher spot, but man, it is tough. I would take all 5 of these if I had an ability to bet on this league. I would take all 5 of these teams. I really wouldn't take hashtag Lawless Bearded Dragons without Aaron Judge. But I'm going to be nice, and I'm just going to say all 5 teams, all are deserving of a tie. Okay, that moves us into the number 2 spot. We'll do a reveal of number 1 and 2 at the same time. Was there a way for this to flip around? Nah. Breaking Brad's still our number 1 team, but we did see a bump up with Duff's Deadbirds, also now known as Shohei. Can you see? I don't know, man. Those trades, it's scary. Shohei is climbing. All right, that's it. As we head into week 14, good luck to everybody. Remember, week 14 is a long week. We got the All-Star break in there. We actually go through the 16th with the week 14 games. So that's going to change all your starting pitching stuff and a lot of double starts. And got to make do. Got to figure it out. With that, we also have more, what do they call the acquisitions. We have more acquisitions. Let's see what that means. We have, nope. Oh, we only have 5. Now we have 7. Right? I think that's the numbers if I remember right. Anyway, happy 4th to everybody. Have a safe holiday, but have a fun holiday. Prioritize fun over safe. And we'll see you after this long week.
I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "No, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your old flagpole is leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat," and I sat down. "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key sat watching it write and say, 'Can you see?' And it got a bad rip in New Orleans with Pakenham and Jackson tugging at its seams. And it almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on, though. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, and refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. 'Cause she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night, we don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up right. On second thought, I do like to brag, 'cause I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag.